Buongiorno, ciao for now people. Now it's match day 15 today and my beloved Cremonese are playing away in Turin this afternoon at 3 o'clock, Torino. I was in Torino this week with work actually and I was speaking to some customers, you know, those people who pay the bills. And I didn't know that they were season ticket holders at the Torino Football Club, so we had a nice chat. I told them that they didn't know I lived in Cremona. We had a nice chat, exchanged pleasantries about the game. I think they were quite die-hard Torino fans. Nice people, obviously. But yeah, it's interesting. Torino is the other side of Juventus. Juventus is the other team from Torino. So it's like the Everton of Liverpool or the City of Manchester. Well, or maybe now it's the opposite. Or, you know, it's like the other club from the town is Turin, big Fiat manufacturing town, or used to be, on the foot of the hills or the foot of the mountains of the Alps. In fact, I posted I took a photo when I was driving there. As you drive towards Turin, the motorway goes directly to there from Cremona. As you drive towards Turin, all of a sudden you see the massive Alps. I'll show you here. So yeah, no news from the game. The last time these two teams played each other in Serie A, I think it was a 2-2 draw. So we're hoping that Cremonese, we can carry on our good results, our streak of good results that we've had the last two games we won. And Torino have been suffering a little bit. They got beat by Milan in the last game. They were winning 2-0 and they got beat 3-2. So I don't know, Cremonese have got more points. We've got more points than Torino. Torino have got 14 points, I think, and we've got 20. So I don't know, anything could happen. It could also be a 0-0 draw. Can you imagine that happened? Yeah, it was 0-0. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? Now, in line with previous videos, I've started doing vlogs on life as a local here in Italy. So I thought I'd mix this video, make it as life as a local, and vlog the game as well. I'm going to go watch the game in the local rowing club that I go to in the summer, that I'm a member of. And sorry, I stopped the video there for some reason. It kicks off at 3. So it's now what time is it now? It's 11:15, so in 4 hours time. Today's a big day in Italy actually, because today is the day that the kids get their presents. You know, like in the UK, I think it's the same in Australia and America as well. The kids get their presents on the 25th of December, while in northern Italy, only in some towns of northern Italy, for example Pavia, they don't do that. And in some places in Sicily as well, it's Santa Lucia who brings the presents to the kids. And that Santa Lucia, I think it's Saint Lucy in English, is on the 13th of December. So today is the magical day for all the kids. So anyway, happy Santa Lucia if there's any Italian families watching. My kids are too old for that now. But back in the day, it was the big day. And it's a shame because sometimes it falls on a school day. Like, for example, today's a school day for my eldest because kids go to school here on a Saturday. I've posted videos about that before as well. So sometimes it falls on a school day and they have to go to school. But yeah, I mean, that said, my kids are too old for that. Another tradition that came from my wife's family, which I thought was very good, is that, did you know that Santa Lucia she's meant to write, Santa Lucia is an old woman, folklore, a little bit of folklore history for you here. She's an old woman that if the kids look at her, they become blind. I think that's right. So kids are very scared of her, obviously, because if you see her, then apparently you become blind. And she rings a bell. So when my kids were young and they believed in it, we used to ring a bell outside and say, "Oh, Santa Lucia's coming round." And she writes a note for kids and tells them what they have to do during the year, what they did wrong, whether they were good or bad. I think we did that in the UK as well. I'm sure Santa Claus used to write us notes, didn't he? I don't know, let me in the comments if you know if you grew up in the UK. But anyway, my wife told me this. It's a good idea. So if you've got kids, you can try this. If you get a bit of paper, yeah, and you get like a toothpick, and you dip the toothpick in a lemon, so it's got like lemon sauce or lemon liquid on it. don't know if that's the right word, and you write on the bit of paper. You say, you start writing on the bit of paper. You can't see anything, but in the morning, if you put that bit of paper over the fire or over the hob, the writing magically appears, and the kids are amazed. Like, oh, look at that magic! Santa Lucia's right, magically appears. I don't know the science behind it. Obviously, the fire or the heat burns the acid from the lemon juice. That's the word, and the writing appears. Try it; it's good. So, yeah, Santa Lucia is the big day today, and I promised my wife. I said to my wife, as a present, because I'm going back to the UK for Christmas. I've not been in the UK over Christmas for 10 years. So I said to my wife that I would wash her car. So I'm not washing it, get someone else to wash it. Petrol stations. Made a little clip in the video before, and there's a clip in this video before that petrol station. It's another thing I think in Italy they've done well. They've been able to maintain sort of family structure of petrol stations. So people go there, they fill the car up. There's normally bars for coffee. They offer a car washing service. It's quite a nice, close-knit community thing that I think in the UK is dead. Or at least where I live in the UK, my parents have a house in the UK. Everything's automatic now. The petrol station, I don't think they've even got a guy who works there. It's all about money, saving money, isn't it? Just look at this. This is the magical River Po. I made a video about that as well. It's the biggest river in Italy. It's a beautiful day today. It's very mild here. It's very, very mild for this time of year. I think it's about 9-10 degrees. And normally it's lower. I think the average temperature for December in the northern Italian town that I live is below 5. In fact, I have relatives who live in Spain, who live in Scotland, who live in the UK, live in England, and every week we have our family Google Meet call, and we all exchange the temperatures. And where I live in northern Italy is almost always the coldest out of Scotland, Spain, and England. Almost always the coldest. So all those people in the UK think that they live in a cold climate. It's not true. The north of Italy is colder than Scotland in winter. Trust me. The UK's got an Atlantic climate, which is not cold or warm. Whereas where we are here, it's roasting in the summer and freezing in the winter. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. So yeah, I mean, I shall show you the game. I don't think I've told you the statistics about the game before. It was 2-2 the last time we played them. Another important thing I'd like to say is that Jamie Vardy has been voted Player of the Month by Serie A, and that is the first time that an English player has been voted Player of the Month. So my sincere congratulations to Jamie Vardy and all those Italian friends that I have who were doubters of him coming here. Oh, he's just come for the money at the end of his career. Just come blah blah blah. He's not. He's a real predator. He's a great player, and he's going to get us 20 goals. He's going to get us in the Conference League. So yeah, well done, Player of the Month for Serie A. First time an English player's been given that. Oh, fear. I'm going to go and pick the car up now. Hopefully they've washed it. I pulled a calf muscle the other day, and I do it almost every winter when it's cold, because I still play football. I still play five-a-side, and I did it right towards the end of playing five. We play for about 90 minutes, so I'm struggling here walking. So yeah, I was saying before, I'm going to go and pick the car up. Like I mentioned, petrol stations here, they're like little family-run businesses. But recently, I've seen an increase, or basically recently, in the last 5-10 years, they're all Indians that run them. Indians that are born here, yeah. In fact, this is the first generation. My generation, Italians, never knew immigration. So my wife grew up in a school, or grew up in northern Italy, or like most of Italians, I would say 90% of Italians grew up just with Italians, with hardly any immigration. The first immigration they had was from Albania in the 80s when communism fell in Albania. Loads of Albanians came over to Italy, and that was the first immigration they had. But it wasn't like me growing up in the UK, you know, where we were used to immigration. Well, the UK's had immigrations for generations and generations, but this generation, talking to my kids' generation, yeah, is the first generation where they have, you know, people from Africa, people from India, people from other countries in Europe, all who were all born here. In fact, I would go as far as saying that in my daughter's class, there's more foreigners than there are Italians, and we're in like quite a conservative North Italian town. You know, we're not like in a bad area of Milan. Not that immigration has to do with bad people, but I'm just, you know, just pointing out the fact that that's the way it is. So yeah, so it's quite. I remember my wife saying that it was funny for her to hear Indian people speak with a northern Italian accent, because you know, these are people who are born and bred here. They speak Italian better than me. Well, they don't. Well, they do. So yeah, so it's the Indians that were running before that. Previously, the Indians have been running it for, I think, about a couple of months. It was this summer they changed the ownership. Before that, it was Albanians, and they had a really good business here. It was always packed with people. There's a lot of movement there. And it's just as the petrol station is just as you come in over the bridge from Piacenza, which is not Lombardia, it's Emilia Romagna. I mentioned that in a video before as well, where I'm right on the edge. Lombardia is like the heart of North Italy, the industrial heart and the financial heart of North Italy. But we're right on the edge of it. In fact, you just cross the bridge. I could walk over the bridge now, and I will be in Emilia Romagna, which is the other area to the south of the River Po, and that's where Bologna is the capital of it, and that's where spaghetti alla bolognese comes from, la piadina comes from. Loads of food. In fact, I think Forbes magazine nominated or gave Emilia Romagna as the best region in the world for food. So the best region in Italy, obviously, is Emilia Romagna, and that's just over the bridge there. So that's why the petrol station's got a lot of movements just as you come in over the bridge. So all the cars that are coming, that's the only bridge that crosses Emilia Romagna, Lombardia for miles. In fact, there's got quite a bit of controversy around that bridge, because I think it was bombed in the Second World War, and they did it up just after the Second World War, but it's an old bridge. When you go over it, it's like loads of bumps on it, there's loads of potholes there. A lot of local people, a lot of local architects are saying that it's not safe. Trucks shouldn't go over it, but they do go over it because there's no one checks, so there's no height barriers. So there's a lot of controversy around that bridge. My personal opinion is that I think it should be done up. But at least it's free. At least like in Italy, the motorways are not free. But at least it's free. So yeah, so the petrol station is just as you come in or you're leaving. And there's a lot of movement there. So yeah, these Indian people, I think they're about 24, 25. It's a young couple, Indian couple. In fact, she's not from this area. She's from the Vicenza area, which is about 2 hours east, still northern Italy. So she speaks with a slightly different accent. It's funny seeing these Indian people. It's not funny. So funny is not the right word. It's unusual. Well, I mentioned the bridge, so I thought, sod it, I'll walk to it. So here we are. The bridge that divides Lombardia from Emilia Romagna. Tell you what, I can feel it moving. I'm only kidding, you can't. But yeah, it's the road and rail bridge as well. There's a road and a railway behind it, so the trains go over it. And it was bombed in the Second World War, and I think half of it was not. But yeah, check that out. So a big border, I've mentioned as well in previous videos, it's almost like, it's almost like the border between England and Scotland, and one of the states, Texas, and whichever other state borders with it. So yeah, this is a big border. I'm now walking north, but if you walk that way, you go south. And that way, about an hour south that way, is the 45th parallel. Made a video about that as well, see if I can put it in here. So that is halfway between the equator and the North Pole. So anyway, let's go and see if they've washed my car yet. So they've almost finished washing the car. Time to go and have some lunch. We're gonna have roast beef, and roast beef is not what you think it is in Italy. So I'll show you the roast beef, and then after that, a little nap, 20 minutes, and then off to see the Grande Cremo. Well, I have to say, they washed it very well. I don't want to tell you for how long it's not been washed for, the car. It's pretty splendid, isn't it? Happy Santa Lucia, wife. Now, I spent about half an hour, well, more than half an hour chatting to, I met an Argentinian woman there, and I was talking to her. She was waiting for her car to be washed as well. Nice, pleasant, oldish woman. She was with her son, and her son, he was washing the car. He was helping washing the car. She said, I never met him, she said he was 42. But yeah, she's a nice woman. Told me all her life story. It's amazing. These Mediterranean women just tell you. Basically, she's a widow. Well, she's not a widow, because that's... Oh yeah, she's a widow. And she's been here for 10 years. She said that her house got robbed. She lives around the corner from me. She said that her house got robbed the other week and they took 10,000 euros from her. And other stuff. And I'm telling you all this crap now. Anyway, let's go and have some roast beef. This is roast beef.
Dove girarmi?
Hai preso lo sciroppo?
Dov'è l'olio? Ah.
Ce l'ho qua. Non hai preso ancora?
So here we are, we've got here. The game's kicked off already. I think it might be busy. First half finished. It's not that bad actually, although we're getting beaten 1-0. A few comments from the people in the bar. Vardy should have got a penalty. He didn't go down though. He tried to stay on his feet and he lost his footing and then didn't score. Comments. Oh, he should have gone down. It'd been a penalty. He's English though. He's never going to go down. So I don't know. Anyway, let's see what the second half brings. I think Cremonese, I've never seen them come from behind, but a draw could be a good result. Let's hope. Half-time walk. Well, that's it. We've lost. I've come out now. Just I think there's a minute left. Next game is at home against Napoli on the 28th. So that's going to be another loss. Anyway, I need to do some errands now for the missus. And then I'll go and have a aperitivo with some friends. So I'll take you with me. I was going to finish the video here, but I'll take you with me so you see the whole day. Pharmacy. Sorry, that's me in the pharmacy. I need to get some cough medicine. My daughter has got a cough. I suppose it's the same everywhere in winter. Everyone gets ill. So I need to go to the supermarket now and get some errands. I just received a message from a fellow Scotsman, Lou9223. Said that he's been following Cremonese since the 90s when he watched Italian football. If that's you, ciao for now. Anyway, I've got the errands. I'm going to go and drop them off at the house and then I'll go for a aperitivo with some friends.
Se va via tu da qui, le dà il fuoco che fa via di c'è
Sì, è quella tutta.
l'altra.
L'altra ciao.
Una fumo sigaretta.
Anyway, that's it guys. I'm going to wrap up the video here. My friends didn't want to be on camera. They're a bit shy. Camera's shy. Or do they belong to the underworld? Nah, I'm only kidding. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can see smoke from a steel making factory that he's the owner of Cremonese. Thanks for watching. YouTube thinks you might like this video here, so please like and subscribe if you want to know more about what it's like living in Italy. I'm a Brit and I've been here for 25 years. Ciao for now.